Lads, I hate this keeper. I hate this keeper so much. I can't bear him. I cannot bear him. And cannot bear Chelsea not having a good keeper for 6 years now, other than 1 year of Mendy. We have not had a keeper with functioning arms in that entire time. What is this guy doing for that goal? What is he doing? Højlund all game was falling on the floor. He wants to fall on the floor. He can't play football. We know he can't play football. He's not very good at football. But he wants to fall on the floor. So you give him the opportunity to fall on the floor out of nothing. And look, Fofana doesn't cover himself in glory for that goal. But Sanchez, this is such a recurring thing, and I cannot hack it. I can't bear it. I mean, the result's awful. The performance is awful. We'll get into that. But let's get into him. Because we have another Kepa. We have another Kepa. I thought Kepa gone meant, you can't get worse. This guy's as bad. Like, he is awful. And I've probably said in the past, he's at least better than Kepa. There's nothing really in it. This guy might have a couple better games than Kepa in general. That's it. He's crap. He is absolutely awful. And he costs us points. He costs us goals. He must have cost us well over 50% of our goals this season. Like, let's think about this, right? Liverpool, the winner, that's on him. I know he tried to give a penalty away and VAR intervened. But the Liverpool second goal, Curtis Jones took a touch. You dive on it, you coward. And he didn't. He looked away as well. When you watch that goal again, he looked away. Coward. But he cost us that goal. He cost us this goal today. No doubt about that. Like, the performance is not good enough. I don't think we even deserved a win. But like I said, we'll get into it. But the goal is on him. Mainly on him. Kovacic, he's pushing them in the net. We beat Brighton 4-2. We smashed them, slapped them about. Brighton's 2 goals. They were both Sanchez's goals. They weren't anyone else's. It's constant. It is a constant with him. And I don't care that he had one good game away at Bournemouth. I don't care. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. He is like reverse Palmer, where, he has a load of crap games and one game you go, oh, that was a bit weird. He actually played well. He is awful. He is absolutely awful, and he will continue to cost us points. And the thing is, this is one of those seasons you could get even more excited about than we already are. Like, there are nice things to say. Even today, I thought we were poor, but there were still moments in that first half. Some of the football was being played, Caicedo, which we'll get to, and there are things you can take from it. And you're like, we are growing. That's not good enough result. You should beat United. They're crap. I don't care. They got new manager syndrome, and they're a little bit better than they would have been under Ten Hag. Obviously, I don't care. They were still there for the taking. There was still a team there that you can go and beat, right? But this guy will deny you those joys. He will flat out deny you those joys. And you could be more excited about this season when you look at City. Obviously, without Rodri, they are nowhere near the side. They're not a Man City, Pep Guardiola side that we're accustomed to seeing. They don't look amazing. They don't look flawless. Arsenal, look at them struggling. I mean, with that point, we've gone ahead of them. And we've dropped some points this season. You look at Liverpool, top of the league. Have they been amazing? Probably not. And I think a lot of Liverpool fans think they haven't been amazing, but they've done enough. You don't have to be amazing to win this league this season. You really don't. And at no point did I think Chelsea are going to win the league at any point, because the main issue we have is that goalkeeper. He will cost you too many points. We have seen good goalkeepers at Chelsea, Petr Cech, Courtois. We've seen guys that give you points. This one takes it away. He takes them away from you. Genuinely, he is appalling. And he's the reason you can't even dream a little bit and think, oh, it's a weird year. Maybe we could do enough. No, not with that fucker in goal. You're not going to do anything of note. Anything. You can maybe get top 4. It'll make you in a race. He will put you in a race. Because any half-decent keeper, Chelsea are sleepwalking to top 4. Sleepwalking. And they were sleepwalking today because performance-wise I wasn't happy with it. Let's get into that. Other than Caicedo, no one really turned up. I thought Reece had a couple of moments here and there. And I want Maresca to pack it in with Gusto and Reece. I think Gusto was awful as well. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I've said it in a few videos now because I've started to think, this season, Gusto has not been good. He hasn't been good this season. And I really liked him last season. And he's young. He will improve. I get it. And it's obvious to me, and I don't know why it doesn't seem obvious to Maresca at this moment, the last couple of games. I know we won last week, but you play Reece and you play Cucurella. They're our best fullbacks. If they're available, you play them. You play them. You're managing Reece's minutes. We rested everyone in midweek. And that's what's so disappointing. We rested everyone midweek to go out the cup to put in that performance. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. They are not a good team. They are a poor side. Poor side, United. I don't care. Even if forgetting Sanchez gave away that pen, we gave away enough chances. We gave away enough chances that a good team would punish you. Luckily, they're not a good team. But we weren't a good team today. We weren't a good team. Nah. Too much. It was slow. It was sloppy. A lot of standing on the ball, doing nothing, looking to do nothing. Give it to Palmer a bit. Try and let him do something. He's not having the best game, so someone else has to step up. Neto a couple of times tried to take on his man. Mudryk did when he came out. I thought Madueke did nothing and hasn't really done a lot for the last few games, if I'm honest with Noni. I know people have a go at him being selfish. I don't have an issue if you're selfish, but you're playing well. I have an issue when you're not really doing anything. Not doing a lot. But yeah, I thought Gusto was awful. It made me laugh. Gary Neville saying Gusto's been one of the best players on the pitch in the first half. I don't know what he was watching. He got in some good positions, but every time he touched the ball, we lost it. Shocking. I just... Fofana's a worry. Like I said in the summer, if you guys had watched when I said about our summer recruitment, what we need to do, it's obvious to me that like a keeper is a inelastic good in terms of being a good side, and we don't have one. We don't even have a keeper. I wouldn't even call him a keeper. We have a hologram in goal. We have this. It's like a cardboard cutout. What's he there for? I don't know what he's there for. I don't know what he gives us. Genuinely. And then Fofana, I was a bit like, let's see with his knees. I'm not sold on Fofana. I'm not. I'll be real with you guys. Colwell will develop. I like him, but like Chelsea need a centre back and they need a keeper if they want to be serious. If you want to be serious, that's what you need. Other than that, you can get by and still be semi-serious. Yeah, there are some improvements you could make, whatever. But like, I like the midfield in general, the attack in general. They didn't play well today, but we know how good they can be, right? It was frustrating because I didn't even see Jackson. I didn't see Jackson enough in the game. We didn't give it to him enough to be in the game, really. Resorting to a lot of hoofball points. Poor. It's poor performance. The only thing I could take away from it was how wicked Caicedo is. Like, Caicedo is class. He's absolutely class. And in the absence of Rodri, I think he's the best in the league. I think he's the best midfielder in the league. I think we have him. I think we have one of the best players in the best player in the league in Palmer, in terms of like an attacking player. You can get more. You can get more out of that. But when you've got guys chucking it in their own net, giving away points, that stupid pen, he's going nowhere. He's going absolutely nowhere. And he just takes him out. He just looks so gormless as well. I can't stand him. I can't stand us giving these shit keepers careers. Why? Is it that hard to find a keeper with functioning arms? I don't know. And this obsession with like they have to be good at the ball. Just first of all, can they just be a goalkeeper? Can they just be a goalkeeper and then you could make their passing a bit less shit? Like, is that really too much to ask? I don't know. It feels like it. Because it's almost been a decade. It's been 6 years. Like Mendy, yeah, okay, we have a year of Mendy. One out of 6 years, we've had a keeper in goal. And we won a Champions League in that time. Is that a coincidence to me? No. Because the keeper breeds confidence. It makes the defence better. They don't have to worry as much. This guy is just a calamity waiting to happen at all times. And we all knew it going into today's game. We all knew it. Because we've seen it before. And we've seen it countless times. We've seen it enough times to know what our biggest liability is. And he is that. He is that. Plain and simple. But as for... I can't excuse that performance either. That's a poor result. They're a crap side, United. They're a crap side. And a draw, it's better than a loss. But that's only because of Moises Caicedo. Like, this guy's so good. I find it mind-blowing. I was watching Sky the other day and they were doing a list of... And he was like 7th in the best midfielders. Caicedo in 7th. People still think Rice is better than Caicedo. That's mental to me. That is mind-blowing to me, genuinely. It's like... Even at Brighton when they were at West Ham, he was better. But the last year you've seen now... Oh, my God. Rice is better at corners. I'll give him that one. I've never seen Caicedo take a corner. That's it. That genuinely is it. That guy he was everywhere. There's one bit of play... I don't even know how he did it. He had about 3 men around him, kind of evaded traffic, then hit a diag like 60 yards to Neto the first half. What a player. What a player. But as for our other players that can be top, I thought Reece had a couple balls here and there. He did a good job defensively. Gave away a couple passes. So, it was all right. Palmer wasn't involved enough. Lovely touch in the first half to beat Rashford and Casemiro, put it between them. Brilliant. Didn't see him enough other than that. We need more impact from him in these big games. That's what's going to drag us over the line, genuinely. It has to be a bit of magic from Palmer because it wasn't happening elsewhere. And we need to find Jackson more. Jackson needed to be on the ball more in that game. Didn't see him enough. We know how good Jackson could be. It's poor. I thought Lavia wasn't quite as good as he had been in other games. I know he's only coming back, but, I think Maresca does need to fix some things. Because in these big games, we haven't turned up. We haven't turned up in any of them. Let's be straight. I wasn't happy with our performance against Liverpool. City, it was like, first game of the season, there were some errors there, but in general it was okay. But same with Liverpool. And then today was probably worst of the lot. You still had some moments which were nice. You got a better result in this than you did Liverpool and City, but those are better teams, right? I haven't been happy with how we've approached those big games. Doing really well in some others. But you can do more in these. We can do more in these. These players can do more in these. It doesn't all arm Maresca. A lot of these players, I feel, did not perform how they are capable of performing at all. At all. And it was just slow, sluggish. I don't really know what we were going for with that. Like the second half, it felt like we were playing for a draw until they scored, and it was like, oh shit, kind of got to do stuff. And then as the game kind of progressed, I know right at the end it was up our end, but going into that the 90 etc., we looked like we were going to score. We looked like we actually wanted to score. It was like, why were we not playing like this all game? They would have crumbled. We know they're soft. We know they're in a tough period at the moment. And yeah, they sacked their manager, so they're a bit more up for it, and the crowd have got a bit more hope, so it's a harder place to go. I get that, but they were still there for the taking today. They were there for the taking, and it's a poor result, and it's a poor performance. It was a good weekend results wise. Villa lost. I know Spurs won, but Villa did lose. Arsenal lost. City lost. Like, you can throw yourselves amongst those teams. You go and win today, we'd have been third. We'd have had the opportunity next week to go 5 points clear of Arsenal. Now we're level going into that game. Look, it's not a bad place to be, but this season there have been already points where we're dropping points. I'm like, that should have been more. It's frustrating because I do believe in that team. I do, and ultimately, I just look. I had to go at Sanchez earlier because these mistakes will continue to cost you, and the worst thing is he will continue to cost you when you actually play well. That's what's more infuriating, right? Because today is not one of those days where I'm walking away thinking we did enough to win and Sanchez cost us. Like, I'm fuming at him because he's so crap. Because he's so crap, and it's abundantly clear to anyone with a pair of eyes. I can't understand why Maresca keeps playing him. How bad can Jorgensen be? How bad must he be to not be playing in this team? If you're a goalkeeper, you'd be thinking, Chelsea, I could make it at Chelsea. I've seen some shit keepers make it at Chelsea in the recent years. Like, that's got to go. That's got to go. But subpar performances in these big games, that's something that's got to go as well. Because that is not good enough. That was there for the taking today. That was there to send a message. Not been happy with those big games. Like I said, this season we are improving. There are things to be excited about. Even in that game where I wasn't happy with their performance, there were moments that I look at. I'm like, okay, I can see how coached that is. I can see how well worked that is. I can see the quality of a player like Caicedo. I can see that relationship with Lavia developing. I want to see more of Cole in that game because I know how good he can be, etc. In Jackson, you know what I mean? It's like we're seeing lots of nice pieces, and it is coming together, but it just could be more now. It could be even more now. It's not even a case of like, oh, they're a bit raw. It's like, nah, you can play better than that. I know you can play better than that. You had a week off. We sacked off the cup for that. I just expected more. I expected them to be more fired up than they were. Sloppy. Just languid, slow, weird performance in that second half, waiting for them to score. I couldn't understand it. I don't know what they were trying to do. I really don't. I know Enzo has a chance just after we score. It's not the easiest chance in the world. Could he done better? Yeah. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. They're a poor side. And it was a poor performance. We should be going there and winning. A good team goes there and wins. You need to establish your name. You need to be beating these teams. I don't care that we haven't won. I know we haven't won there since Ferguson was there. Today was the time. Today was the time. You didn't win at Anfield as well. City game. Arsenal next week. It's time to win one of those games. It's time to win one of those games. It's time to probably show up in one of those games. They're capable. I know they're capable, but then it's like, I don't know if they lack belief in some of these. They almost like treat them by their name. They're Man United only by name. Oh, and they caused us some problems today in general. I know it's because the second half was a bit more when we were going for it. But like balls over the top, simple stuff. But yeah, I think Fofana, I'm not sold on. I don't think he dealt with things great today in general. I thought Colwell was a bit better. But yeah, I think Gusto doesn't start for me. Well, if Reece is fit and he's available and you're going to pick him, you play him. And you play Cucurella because he's been great for a long time now. So I don't get that thinking from Maresca there. I really don't. A lot of the other stuff, good. Like, I'm not going to be overly negative in that sense, but you know, today's a disappointing result. Really disappointing result. Should have been a win. But you didn't do enough. We didn't do enough. It's not, you know, there's no one to blame other than our own team. There's no referee thing. The only thing I'd say is I don't know how Lisandro Martinez didn't get sent off. Like, Cole Palmer's just flicked over his head, done him, and he goes on his knee. Most obvious red you can give. I don't know how that wasn't, but like, who you know what I mean? The game was done. It's redundant. It's not going to change the game. I don't care about that. But you know, there's nothing you can blame. The pen is a pen. That keeper, he gave him the pen. He said, "There you go. You're going nowhere. You're going nowhere near the goal. You're not going to score. I'll give you a pen." Beats me, honestly. Does my head in. And now we've got Arsenal next. Well, no, we haven't. We've got Noah. We've got Noah's Ark. Get Noah's Ark out of the way, and then we've got Arsenal. That at this point needs to be a win. Because I said that about United. I said it, especially after the Cup. You dump the Cup, and you need to go and beat United. You rested them, they need to be up for it, and they weren't. It's disappointing. It's really disappointing. But you can wipe away that concern with a good performance next week. So Chelsea, we need to do that. Because that was a frustrating one. Really frustrating one. A lot of questions. We need the answers. Maresca, you better have the answers. Come on. Anyway, guys, hope you did enjoy that video. Or you probably enjoyed me losing my head about Bob Sanchez. I can't do him, guys. I cannot. Mate, this keeper. Kepa took years off my life. I'll be real with you. Like, Kepa took years. Watching teams score screamers. And everyone go, oh, whoa. How is it? Look at this screaming. You're like, no, it's Kepa. His arms don't even reach it. He doesn't read anything. He's never positioned well. He's crap. This guy's another one. And the sooner I just want a keeper, man. Is that too much time? I've grown up spoiled. Even like Cudicini was way better than these fuckers. Check, like Courtois. Do you know what I mean? It was never an issue. In the last 5-6 years, other than Mendy, it's been appalling. But yeah, anyway, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Helps me out. It will help pick my mood up. So that's on you lot, all right? You got to pick my mood up. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, make sure to genuinely hit like and subscribe because it helps me out a lot. It lets YouTube know it's the place to be. It's the Chelsea place to be. It's your place to be. Up the shelves.